Hello, everyone. This is Sean from Barry Digital Media, and I hope you are doing well. And today I'm going to take a look at a scenario at a networking event where sometimes you're speaking with someone and they don't have the social skills. And you know what? Sometimes you might be that person as well, the person who is making this upcoming mistake and doesn't know that they're making the mistake, and you might be frustrated on why you're not getting the reception that you think that you should be getting. Even, you might have a point that you're making that is worth 100 tons of gold, but if you're not getting your message across, then it's no good. So let's get into it. I'm going to get quickly into it and not too much stuff around it. So you are in a networking event like the one that you see on your screen. There's a whole lot of people around talking. Let's say the music is at a good level. And then you get into one of those situations where you're in a smaller group and you're discussing marketing trends, politics, your own business, what you do, various things like that. But sometimes you'll notice that when you're speaking with someone, they're actually facing another direction and not speaking to you directly. And they still might be, engaged in their point and trying to speak with you, but they might be facing that other direction and you're not going to be able to hear them. Maybe you'll be able to hear them a little bit, but you'll notice that you won't be able to get their entire point. And so, what I recommend in this situation is just wait. The other person, they'll continue speaking for a little bit of time, but they'll realize they'll politely wait for a moment where they're waiting for a response back from you, but you can wait until they reposition themselves to face you. And so once they do that, then you can just pick up on the conversation, just pick up on the conversation wherever you left off, or ask them to clarify what they were saying. Or you know what, sometimes just point out to them that you're not able to hear them, and that's actually probably the best. I think I do that fairly frequently. Is just if somebody's turned away, then I just tell them, "Hey, I can't hear you." And it's not a bad thing if someone is speaking with their body position away necessarily, because especially at a networking event, there's a lot of things that are going on. Especially if you're the host. I mean, you're looking at people coming in the door. You're taking a look at who's around. You're making judgment calls on whether or not the current situation that you're in is valuable. All these different things. So you know, you can be respectful of the conversation that's going on, but if you see someone turning away and trying to get their point across while not speaking to you directly, and you're in a situation where you can't hear them, you can just politely say, "Hey, I can't hear you. Please, can you please repeat that?" And usually they'll adjust themselves, and they'll kind of realize that they were looking away or that they were distracted, and they'll continue on. And I mean, whenever I've guided somebody in this kind of way, then I've never had a negative consequence. Usually the conversation just continues on, um, and yeah, and then they're able to complete whatever they were trying to talk about, and you have a complete message from the other person. Now, sometimes I mean, so that's pretty much the point that I wanted to get across, is just asking someone to face you, and making sure that um, you inform them if you can't hear their point. But since we're on this topic, just a couple other points as well. Sometimes, if you're in a conversation and the other person doesn't look too engaged with you, maybe that's a sign that the conversation's not going 100% the way that you want. But you have to pick up on those social cues, because so okay, in this example here, you can see that the woman is smiling back at the person, right? But sometimes that person can just be very good at being conversational. If they have that resting face there where it doesn't look like they're happy speaking with you, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not enjoying the conversation. They could just have a serious face. So, a good way to navigate that kind of situation is asking them questions, just getting a little bit of feedback on what you're talking about and seeing if they're engaged with that or if they have any examples of similar situations that they have been in, or if they have any brainstorming ideas along the same lines. And you might be able to find something uh, that the person can relate to, and then you can continue the conversation that way. And then, so similarly, as I was going on, but then if you have the person where they have a little bit of a smile and maybe some head movements, then you could start telling that the person is engaged and that the message is being transferred well between the parties. And similarly, see now the person is nice and happy, and so that's usually a good tell. Although she could, in this case, just be very polite, let's say, and giving those good social cues back. But it's all about just paying attention to the person in front of you, making sure that your message is clear, making sure that you can hear the opposite person's message, and communicating back and just saying, hey, I need this from you in order to really understand you, and also offer them, feedback on whether or not they can hear you properly or if they have any questions about what you're talking about. So I put a similar situation like this into Grok, and this is what it responded with. So let's get into it. So Grok says, when engaging in conversation with someone, pay close attention to their body language can profoundly enhance the quality and depth of your interaction, serving as an unspoken dialogue that reveals their true feelings, level of interest, and emotional state far beyond mere words. One key aspect to observe is whether the person is facing you directly. If their body is turned away, perhaps towards an exit or another distraction, it might signal disinterest, discomfort, or subconscious desire to disengage. So gently adjust your position or conversation's flow to draw their full attention without forcing it can help foster a more corrected exchange. Importantly, interpreting and responding to body language isn't about turning the interaction into a power game or battle for dominance. When where excuse me, where you try to win by mirroring posture aggressively or invading personal space, rather, it's a collaborative tool for mutual understanding and empathy, allowing both parties to feel respected and heard on equal footing. Beyond the basics, turning into a subtle social cues like fleeting micro expressions, a quick furrowed brow indicating confusion or a genuine smile that reaches the eyes showing authentic engagement can guide you to adapt your tone, pace, or topic in real time, preventing misunderstandings or building rapport organically. A unique point to consider is how body language often syncs with the rhythm of the conversation itself. For instance, if the other person's gesture becomes more animated and synchronized with yours, like nodding in time with your points or leaning in as you share a story, it can create a harmonious dance that subconsciously strengthens trust and makes the dialogue feel effortless and enjoyable, almost like an intimate duet. Ultimately, demonstrating this heightened social awareness not only makes you a more effective communicator, but it also leaves the other person feeling valued and appreciated, as they recognize your genuine effort to connect on a deeper level, which in turn can elevate your networking skills by turning casual chats into lasting and personal alliances that yield opportunities you might otherwise miss. So yeah, that sounds pretty good. I'm not. Oh, okay, okay. Um, I just wanted to double check one thing, and I I was worried about something, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, good. So I think I will wrap it up there. I hope that this has been helpful. And again, go out there, try to connect with other people, but of course, look for those social cues. And the best thing to do is usually just kind of relax a little bit and be yourself. Well, be yourself, but a professional self. Like you want to present yourself in the best light. And that's not necessarily anything, that's not being fake. It's you trying to improve yourself while also trying to make the people around you also feel like they can be themselves as well. And also, help set the bar a little bit higher as well. Um, because that's in general always what you want to be doing is you want to be raising the bar so then everybody around you can have space to improve for both yourself and the people around you as well, if that makes any sense. Anyways, I hope this was helpful and I hope you have a good day.